Hello, beautiful souls. This is Myra with Happy Soul Happy Life. Namaste. Yay. It's Friday. Awesome. Okay. So I wanted to talk to you guys, but first I wanted to talk about my testimony, you know, because I talk because of my experience, okay? And and it will lead to what I want to talk about about the journey. So, you know, before um I had awoken, right? um you know everything was it was very difficult for me. I think you would say I kind of lost myself. I lost myself for sure. And it was like a domino effect. Okay. And I can't say that, you know this was just it just happened like that. um when it came to the awaken process, yes, but I think it was building up. But and I would say it built up since, ooh, probably 2014. That's when I think it wanted to catch my eye, catch my attention, and I decided not to listen. you know until last year. Okay. So how I was awakened was, like I said, it was a domino effect. You know, it was one thing after another and after another after another. And I'm a single parent, so usually, um, things, like a relationship was not working, or something to deal with the household. It wouldn't have been some, or a car issue, it wouldn't have been some big deal. I could have, I would have handled it. But it was, it was like boom, 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 boom. Okay. It was really, really, it really hit me. First it was, um, a, a relationship that I had for a while. And, I felt, you know, I felt like the victim, right? I felt like, dang, you know, but I still wanted to keep strong, keep my family tight. And after that, then it was, my car, my vehicle. And then, boom, after that, it was, um, my house, you know, and after that, that was my family. So everything hit, I didn't have time to breathe. Okay. Um, it really brought me down. It came to a point that, I could only confine in, you know, um, back then it was, my doctor that I used to work with. And, that's the only one I can confide in, and the only one that, you know, I think that she could understand me, because, um, my family just didn't. Okay, you see. um, but it was very emotional, right? And, um, it was to the point that, you know, like, I didn't even believe in myself. And if that was not enough, my twin flame, you know, um, also, you know, just, just we we separated, you know, and it was very hard for me. I think in that moment, I think that was the hardest thing, because of everything else, I still had my twin flame, and that was my motivation to keep me going. It was my motivation to keep going. And um, I didn't have anybody anymore. And I was heartbroken. I was devastated. I was in turmoil. I was just really, I could not believe it. I really could not believe it. And as I was moving from one location to another, I had asked my guardian angel, because I do believe in angels, and um, I said, I know you care about you care so much about me, okay? Uh, because I said I need to know where, like, I need a sign. I need a sign here. I need to know what is going on. And I think after I said that, 3 days later, um, I started getting messages. Okay. And this time I did pay attention to them, because they really called out to me. They really did. And um, first things would be messages, like what I would see through, say, like music, because I would listen to music a lot. So um, I would get a lot of messages through music, also get a lot of messages through like bulletin boards as well. Um, it just started. I started, playing this game, right? And you would say that my ascension, my awakening, my spiritual journey began, and sorry. And, you know, why not, I don't, at that time, I was in a really low place, you know, and I really felt like I let myself down. I let everybody down. Um, I just didn't see me like rising up from what had, what had happened to me. I was definitely damaged, like literally damaged. And it was very painful. Okay. But this really, this, these signs, this awakening was a relief, you know, like the more I connected with like the signs, the messages, you know, the synchronicities, because if how they would say to me, if you play with the universe, the the universe was waiting for you to reach out to them. So once you are ready, they're coming in like you couldn't believe it. And it was a game. It definitely was. It feels like a game, at the very beginning, and it was then that I, you know, of course, I didn't know anything about the ascension. I didn't even know about um, what awakening is. All I know is that what what I felt here in regards of a twin flame, like, and you can say that I was awakened by, you know, the person that I gave my heart to, like completely, 100%. And when that person got my heart and felt to that, it felt like they just, once I gave to them, they just got it, and then they just threw it in the garbage, or they threw it in the, on the sidewalk or on the road for everybody to step on it, to play with. you know it was when it started. So, and I knew that, I just didn't want to be in the same place that I was, in the same place that I was before I was awakened, because it was a very, very ugly situation. It was not a good place. You would say that it felt like earth was hell, you know? It really did. I didn't feel like I would be able to climb out of that. Okay? And then, you would say, or it would be cliche, but the divine, the universe, because how it presented to me was the universe, not as like God, the Lord, like traditionally. Probably because, like I had said in previous videos, is the divine source gives you messages through things that you are attracted to, that you listen to, that catches your eye. So for me, universe was so mysterious to me. It was very mysterious to me. So that's when, that's how it presented itself. So I hadn't, for me, I was, what else can I lose? I already lost so many things. So why not? Right? And then I started to embark on this journey. Yes, my motivation was, you know, it was my twin flame. There's something about that connection that it was very, very so, and it's very, since 2014. Yeah. So that was at the beginning, you know, even up to, me being the best version of myself. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know what this ascension, what this awakening journey was, what was, I didn't even know it was a journey of self discovery, in all honesty. You know, nobody knows, right? Because every path is different, every journey is different, okay? So, for me, my motivation was still that, to be the best version of myself. And, I was like, oh, I would get this done in 6 months. No. Patience, okay? And me controlling things was one of the two things I had to release, for in this ascension, in this journey, right? Because we want everything like this, in our lives. We want to control everything, you know. And the divine was like, no, no, no. Divine timing, okay? Divine timing says everything, okay? It knows. We don't know. We don't know nothing. The only thing that keeps us is faith, okay? That's the only thing that keeps us is faith and our motivation. And so it begins, it goes. And little by little, yes, you are, I would say by 6 months, you know, yes, throughout this, you release, you, they say karma, right? Karma's a beep, and karma is your own karma that you actually do, right? And then, past lives too, but right now is about this lifetime, right? We're talking about this lifetime. I'm talking about this lifetime. So, you know, you reap what you sow, right? So, how can you be the best version of yourself is by clearing every karmic attachment that you had, right? You know, and our divine source does it in such a great, beautiful way that you can't be upset with a man. You can't be upset with the man or the woman. Your mother God, father God. You can't be upset. You know, it's a process, and you understand it because, and even in the toughest lessons, right? Because one of my lessons that I just had finished, you know, like they say, like a onion has different layers. Say you take one layer, you still have another layer, and another one, depending on the situation, depending on the cycle or the lesson, right? So with the one that I just finished the cycle, it was my first, I remember, it was my first layer, you would say. And this had me on my knees, like legit. It had me on my knees, crying. My hands were like it was so strong. It brings you to your knees. And when you finish this lesson, right away, you get a result. You feel lifted. You feel relieved, okay? So, yes, there's lessons throughout this journey, but it's to help you, you know, it's self-discovery. That's how you start learning who you know, you call your soul again, okay? You get that self-worth again. You get that self-value again. You feel like you have not felt like that before in a long, long time, okay? Self love was one of also the hardest things because for me it was me. I can find self love with other people, like I can see, that you have that beauty within you, but I could never see it upon myself. It just didn't. But this journey also helps you do that. And it also makes you get more stronger and, more connection to, you know, to to our divine source, to our, Mother Gaia. Also, gives us a sense of wholeness, a sense of connect, of oneness, it really does. So at the beginning of my journey as well, they would tell me when you do meditation, it's like imagine you have roots at the bottom of your feet. So I'm asking you, imagine if you have roots coming down your feet, at the bottom of your feet. How do they look like? Are they really skinny? Are they very little? Are they really thick? For me at the beginning, they were really, really little. Okay? Really little, very thin, you know, but as in, you can symbolize as a tree, right? The more you are in your spirituality, more into your self discovery, more into um, healing yourself, more into um, being the best version as you can be, your roots get stronger and they get deeper. Okay, so also that is something that you can see from the beginning of your journey to where you are right now. Okay, and let me see, because I have so and that's where I am right now, right? I think I just had to, and the thing is, that was the beginning of my uh, journey, okay? But God works in such great ways and mysterious ways that things, if you're working on yourself, you are trying to be the best version of self, you, things come to you, okay? You don't have to chase it because it's only what's meant for you, it's meant for you, okay? And I will tell you the testimony right now. When I moved, because I had to move back, you know, and when I was starting to already, okay, maybe I need to get this 9 to 5, job again in, my hometown, and I see something and I'm like, oh, pain management. It's right there. It's on, you know, it's right up my alley, you know. So I said, yeah, why not, But it was 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours away from where I live. And I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna get this. It wouldn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Okay. So I submit, and then less than a week, I get a call. And then I get hired through phone. Okay. And it was very different on how things usually play out, right? So this was my testimony that when it's something from the divine, it it if it comes to you. You don't have to try anything. It just works in mysterious ways. And that's where your angels and ancestors and all of them come in to assist with this. We don't know. Our job is to have that faith, to be the best version ourselves, to to heal ourselves, to get that self-worth again, that self-love again, and things will be attracted to us. Okay? And it's not just a 1, 2, 3, it's done. It takes time. So that's like I said, one of the things was patience. Patience, patience. And that's what I've learned. It's okay. You are in the right now, you're in the right where you're supposed to be. Okay? No rush. But listen to your synchronicities, listen to the messages. Okay? And there's a lot of guidance around here. A lot. YouTube has made it so easy to have that guidance right there at our fingertips. Okay? If one thing does not resonate with you, look for something else. Everything has a meaning. Everything. Everything. And that's what I wanted to, talk to you guys about. Like colors, animals, numbers, Everything has a meaning, a meaning. It has a meaning. You know, planets, everything, everything.